and welcome again, Possible One. In the last video, I did talk about the advantages of having a high EQ or having an affinity to improve your EQ. That was what I talked about in the last video. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about the disadvantages. There's always the other side of the coin. And we are going to look at the other side of the coin this week. So if you have not done so already, please like, subscribe, and share our channel with your friends, your loved ones, and help us to grow. And again, I want you to understand that we really appreciate your contribution towards our growth. It is really appreciated. It is not taken lightly at all. So let's go straight into it. The disadvantages. Now, it can stifle your creativity. That's what it can do. Now, creativity has long been associated with attributes that are characteristic with low EQ, such as people having artistic moodiness, non-conformism, hostile impulsivity, and excitable personality. And so with this one, it's low. So people with high EQ, your creativity can be killed. And it has a high interpersonal sensitivity and empathetic concern may make it hard to deliver critical or negative feedback to others. Also, high EQ scorers can be highly adjusted and cool-headed, that when they receive any feedback, any negative feedback, they become indifferent, so that can also affect them. Now, in leadership position, they find it difficult to make or take unpopular decisions, since as with high EQ, they are more focused on getting along with everybody. And so that is the foremost thing. They must get along with everybody. And so you find that they are doing that. Now, the dark side of emotional quotient is helping people with intentions to overly persuade and get their way, as they mostly appeal to emotions. So that is also the bad side. They get people to get their way because they appeal to the emotion. Now, most innovative ventures require a balance between risk-taking and risk avoidance. Now, high EQ people mostly want to play it safe. They avoid bold choices. So therefore, you realize that high EQ people resist impulses and make measured decisions. And so high EQ is equated with self-control, yet extreme levels of self-control can translate into counterproductive perfectionism and risk avoidance. So that is also another disadvantage. The next disadvantage is that it can be used to manipulate people. When someone understands your emotion, how you feel in certain situations, he or she can use that knowledge to manipulate you to do what he or she wants. So that's another negative side of emotional intelligence. Now, it prevents people from using their critical thinking skills. Because you see, when people that hear or listen to others talk from their emotions, they relate emotionally to such people, and generally they leave their critical thinking out. And one of the best way to look at is African prophets and their church members. You can see that. Now, it can also be used for personal gain. It can be used to create embarrassing situations in certain circumstances, or outright emotional lies, which is shown in the situation that they can show positive emotion to somebody else, and then they are showing negative emotion to everybody else. So that can also be used to manipulate. Now, number 9, it can make a person more open and agreeable to situations that are morally questionable. if it means there is a chance of social construct. So far as there's a chance of social construct, the person can agree to do something. And then number 10, it takes time to develop. And one has to invest time in developing this skill. And so you need to understand these 10 and work with it. Well, possible one, all good things do come to an end. And so in the next video, I'll be giving you some practical steps that you can use to develop this skill. So until the next video, please like, subscribe, and share our channel. So until then, this is your coach and guide, OK Dugan, telling you all things are possible to those who believe, and there is hope for your future.